Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So I want to talk about you gotta kill your old self if you want to change your life. Okay, so if you really want to change your life, you gotta kill your old self, not physically but mentally. Okay, because the version of you that created your current life cannot create the future you dream about. So think about that carefully. Your habit create your reality. The way you think, the way you spend your time, the way you respect yourself, and the way you react to the problems. So, all of it built the life you have now. So if you want a different life, you need to become a different person. And that's the part most people avoid, that everybody want to change, but very few people want the transformation, because transformation is uncomfortable and it's a little painful. Yeah, it means letting go of an old habit, old mindset, the excuses, the behaviors, and all those stuff, and sometimes even old people around you. That's hard. Because your old self feels familiar, even if it's destroying you. Maybe your old self is making excuse too much. Maybe your old self avoids responsibility. Maybe your old self wastes hours scrolling every day while complaining life isn't changing. And deep down, you already know what holding you back. And that's why change starts with honestly. You have to sit down with yourself and admit that this version of me is not enough anymore. And that realization can change everything. Because once you become tired enough of your old habit, you finally start evolving. And evolution required sacrifice. Yeah? You cannot become disciplined while protecting the lazy habit. You can't become successful while staying addicted to distractions. You can't become mentally strong while constantly choosing comfort. Yeah? So something has to die. You gotta let go your old self. That old mindset has to go. So the weak mentality, the victim mentality, the lazy mentality, and all of it. So because the future version of you lives on the other side of discipline. Yeah? But the most people stay trapped because they keep returning to their old identity. They improve for a week, then go back to the old habits. Go back to the old excuses, go back to the same routine, destroying the potential. Then they wonder why nothing changed. But the real growth happens when you stop identifying with a weak version of yourself. Stop saying this is just who I am, and just, it's not true, because that's who you've been, not you, okay? Not who you have to become or who you want to become. So you can't convince yourself that you were like that. So you can rebuild yourself completely. New habits, new mindset, new discipline, new standards. For me, I graduated high school for about 2 months ago, and I changed my mindset. and I, cut a lot of friendships because I want to improve. But there's plenty of video games all day, so I gotta cut that relationship and a friendship. That's really painful. Like, I was so much enjoying, I can laugh and I can make a lot of like stupid jokes and we can laugh, but like if I wanted to change myself and if I want to change myself, I had to let them go and cut the friendship. So I did that, and that made me kind of realize that that was the great decision. So, and that was really painful, and that was the sacrifice for me to become better. So you just gotta let go something and then build something new, because you always can rebuild your life whenever you want. Okay, so, and that is also the beautiful part of life. You are not permanently stuck as the current version of yourself, but transformation requires letting go, and that process feels uncomfortable, but like because when you start changing, people around you notice. Like, some people won't understand your growth, some people call you like a different, and some people call you like a crazy, like that. But it's not a problem. So, because you should become different, the different habit create different life. Yeah. And another thing, that killing your old self does not happen in one day. It happens through daily choices. Every time you wake up early instead of sleeping in, the old you dies a little. Okay? Every time you stay disciplined instead of giving up, the old you dies a little. So every time you choose growth over comfort, you become somebody new for a little. And the old you dies a little. So, and that's how transformation actually happens. Quietly, day by day, decision by decision, it will happen a little by little by little by little. Okay? And until one day you look back and barely recognize the person you used to be. And that's a great thing. Realizing you escaped the old version of yourself. And your future depends on what you choose right now. Because if nothing changes, nothing will change. The same mindset, same habit, the same life, literally years can disappear so fast and quickly. So that thought should scare you. You only get one life. Some people say, like, on a TikTok or Instagram, maybe in another life, but bro, what is even another life? You only get one. You don't even know who you're gonna be in the next life. You can be an insect and a cockroaches. You're not guaranteed to be a human again. Yeah. So you only get one life. Okay, so don't spend it trapped inside a weak version of yourself that you already outgrow. Okay? So if you truly want a new life, stop protecting the old you and kill the habits holding you back. And kill the excuses, kill the mindset that keeps you average. So then you'll become the person your future requires. Okay? So just let your old habits go and you'll be great. So thank you for listening, and see you in the next video.